Hey, hope you're well. Oof. Bought myself a 3D printer. It's substantial. I'm going to get this out of the box and then start setting it up. While I do that, I'm going to explain why I'm not totally convinced that these are for me. Ooh. Quickest unboxing ever. Okay, found the quick start guide. Small quick start guide. I'm going to press on with this. I may pause to talk throughout the process. I have already found the filaments, which I'll put to one side, and I'm just going to work my way through this as you would. So this is not the first 3D printer I've owned. 10-Minute Workshop Plus members may recall me getting my hands on a Creality Ender 3 a while back. I kept that for about 18 months before giving it away box unopened, as I just hadn't managed to work up any enthusiasm for it. And I've got to be honest, I'm not feeling a whole lot of enthusiasm for this one either. Accessory box. This is a Bambu Labs P1s, and I bought this because I watched a Woodworks video where Drew said it was the one to buy. He's from Texas. I wasn't going to argue. I bought what they call the combo. That's the printer plus an AMS, a box that sits on top of the enclosure and holds 4 spools of filament, a kind of plate warmer for your toaster oven, if you like. And with a couple of extra spools of PLA filament, I paid just shy of £720, including shipping and VAT. Yeah, I paid 700 notes for something that I'm not convinced I have a use for. Just remember, I do the silly things so that you don't have to. You're welcome. Now, if you watch a bit of YouTube, you'll have noticed that Bambu Labs have been having a bit of a promotional push to go alongside their lengthy Black Friday sale. And the commentary seems to be that they're a step up from the general competition in terms of ease of use, print quality, and speed. Of course, I'm coming to this as a complete novice with no prior experience at all, so any comparison to what other folks have had to put up with is going to be lost on me, and I'll be judging this on my expectations by what I think I should be getting when I'm spending 600 or 700 quid on a tool and accessories. The out-of-the-box experience is actually pretty good. Pay attention to that "this way up" sticker on the outside though. My delivery guy didn't, and when I pointed it out he was very apologetic, then promptly tipped it forwards one face at a time and so it was the right way up. Fortunately, the machine is very well packaged with all the delicate parts well screwed down onto plastic formers designed to stop movement in transit, much like a washing machine. And much like a washing machine, you also get parts stored inside the body or cabinet. Needless to say, all these bits and pieces need to be removed and set aside. The screws to be removed are clearly marked, so there's little chance of you accidentally deconstructing the enclosure. And of course, all the working parts need to be uncovered as well. Like all instruction manuals that are put together by people who know what they're doing, I found that there were some inconsistencies in the Quick Start Guide, though nothing that I couldn't resolve by watching a YouTube video or two and applying a little bit of blind faith. And there's a 6-pin cable. There. There, and they do say it doesn't matter which one it goes in. Now, there was more hands-on interaction required than I was expecting, to be honest. The Bambu Labs website claims a 15-minute setup time, but I was well into an hour before I was ready to start powering up the printer and getting everything connected. Don't know how much of this you're going to see, but it only goes in one way. It only seems to go in one way. I'm going to force it. It's not exactly snapped home. Okay, that took longer than we thought. Please select a printer, add a printer. Connect the printer to power. Building connection, it says. Well, no Bluetooth coming from the printer at the moment. Almost an hour. Went backwards and forwards again, and that made it work. Follow the instruction on the screen to complete the initial calibration. There aren't any instructions on the screen to do that. Cheers. Calibration in progress. The initial calibration takes some time. To be fair, you are warned that it will take several minutes, but there was no progress bar on the printer or in the app other than you are at stage 1 of 3 type of indicator that completely stopped working after stage 2. So you're kind of left hanging. You don't want to leave it alone in case something goes awry that could easily be resolved by an on-screen prompt. But then if it was more complex than that, I wouldn't really know what to do either, other than to perform the redneck restart and yank out the power cord. Hey, don't judge me, you know it works. This feels like it's been going on for about 20 minutes. I don't actually know how long, but you are overheating and my GoPro is about to run out of battery, so I'm gonna call it here and come back to it later on. Okay, so sometime later. Calibration complete, self-test complete, firmware updated. I'm gonna load up a spool of stuff and we'll get a little test print done. And we'll see how long that takes and what it looks like. Ready to print. Right, let's do something. Got 21 minutes to go. I'm going to leave it to it and we'll come back and take a look at it later. Okay, so that is the print finished. I'll rescue these slightly warm bits of foam. So about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 3/4 after opening the box, I've got a 3D printed tugboat Tim or Benchy or whatever it is. It's a nice quality print, and I think it's amazing that we have these kind of machines at an accessible price that can produce output like this. But here's my problem with the whole process. I'm just not interested in this. I'm not interested in using this remarkable tool to make copies of other people's IP. I know it's wonderful that people put their creations online for others to use, but I want to use this as a means to prototype my own product ideas. And in order to do that, then I come back to my age-old problem that I basically lack the 3-dimensional gene. The world of computer-aided design or CAD software is an alien landscape that simply makes no sense to me. I have tinkered with Tinkercad. I've confused myself with Fusion 360. I have opened OpenCAD, but closed it again pretty quickly afterwards. And I only have the sketchiest of SketchUp skills. I have absolutely no doubt that I will resolve this. There was a package I used a while back that worked better for me than most that I'd tried, but it was costly for the likely utility that I'd get from it. I also get a slight feeling that there's a lot of things that end up 3D printed because they can be. I mentioned in my recent small but long drawers video that I probably need to make some inserts for bench dogs and things, and a number of folks have suggested that I could 3D print them, and even with my rudimentary software skills I probably could. But the thing is, I don't particularly want a 3D printed bench dog holder specifically. I just want a bench dog holder, and I'm pretty sure that I can make one way faster by drilling a few holes in a piece of MDF than I can through the magic of 3D printing. Now, I want to be absolutely clear, I'm not negative about this at all, but I do want to be absolutely realistic, because I'd hate for folks to be out there thinking that they were somehow missing out by not having a 3D printer, when in fact they just may not actually have the need of course, need and want are different sides of the coin, and 3D printers have spawned thousands of spare bedroom micro businesses, and I would absolutely encourage anybody whose needs can be met by one of these printers to give them a go, as I will with this one over the coming months. I'll say again, I purchased this machine just as any customer would. I'm not affiliated or associated in any way with Bambu Labs, and their Black Friday sale is on until December the 3rd, I believe. But I'll call this one done for now. Thanks so much for taking a look. As always, leave a comment, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, take care.